what you'll see up here at the top of the course is all the important information you need to know about where to find me, how to get in touch with me. I know all you guys are Nichols Online students, meaning you don't necessarily come to campus, but here is my office phone number, which you should be able to reach me at during these campus office hours. Here's also my email address, which I check frequently, and we can also Skype, FaceTime, whatever you need to get started. The next thing you see in the course is announcements. I post announcements at least on a weekly basis, sometimes more often than that. Typically when I post an announcement, I also send it to your student email. So starting on Monday, if you're not receiving weekly emails from me, please check the spam folder in your student email to make sure it's not going to spam. What you'll see is if you look in announcements, I did already post our welcome announcement, welcoming you to the course and kind of giving you a couple of places to get started in. As we scroll down, you'll see just that, course information, start here, and we'll look over this in just a second. Then we also have course materials, and if I can contract this, we'll talk about your first assignment and then the different sections of the course. Okay. So under course information, you have all the things that you need to know as we start these first couple of days of class. One of the best things to start with is just what it says, getting started in this course. It's what we're going to cover in this course, it's my course expectations for the course, and so on. You're currently watching the course welcome video, and very shortly course syllabus review video will also be posted. In the course syllabus review video, we will go over this course syllabus, the course due dates, and the grading for the course. What is the best approach to learning the material in this course? QBA 282 is technically a math-based course. The first couple of chapters are more definition-based, but once we hit chapter 3, it's definitely a math-based course. So when you look in this document, what you'll see is that I'll tell you to use the course PowerPoints that I have. I don't necessarily cover every part of a chapter, so it's better for you to first go through my PowerPoints to see what are the things that we're going to cover in the chapter compared to just using your book and learning the whole chapter when we may not necessarily do that. Also, as we hit the chapters that have math information in them, you'll see that I have videos, which I'll show you in just a second. So not only can you watch me work the problems, you can also hear me work through the problems, explaining where the numbers came from, why we're doing it in a certain method, and so on. So I strongly recommend you work these problems. At the end of every PowerPoint, I have some recommended practice problems. So I'll show you all that in just a little bit. So as you're getting started, obviously this is all the basic information that you need to know about the course. In the course syllabus, it tells you a lot about this information here, the course materials that you need. We're using the Donnelly Business Stats book, 2nd edition. For this course, because it's an online course, not only do you need the book, you also need the MyStatLab access code. MyStatLab is the website companion to the book. This is where we will do all of our assignments and all of our exams is through this website here. If you buy just the MyStatLab access code, it does come with the ebook, which is honestly all that you need for the course if you're someone that's comfortable using an ebook. If you would prefer the printed version of the book, this is the ISBN number right here for the printed version. So again, Donnelly 2nd edition, you do need the MyStatLab access code. That is a requirement for the course. Next, and I have this in a couple places, are just parts of the book that you may need more frequently. For instance, these tables. These tables are tables that we're going to use quite often as we hit some of the advanced chapters, so that you don't have to go searching for them each time or look in the book for them each time. I just made quick and easy access to them for you right there. So this tells you a little bit more about the MyStatLab. When you go to set up the course, here is the course ID that you're going to need. This document right here tells you everything you need to know about setting it up, how to log in, support, and different things like that. Now, I mentioned that I create videos. In those videos, you can both see me and hear me. Right here is just the quick link to make sure that you can see and hear me in the Show Me video. So let's just watch it real quickly.
Hi, welcome to QBA 282. My name is Sherry Rodrigue, and I will be your instructor for this course. The first thing I want to make sure of is, can you hear me? I'm hoping to use the Show Me program both to visually show and also annotate.
Okay, so I'm not going to run through that whole video with you now because that is something I'd like you to test on your computer. But I have Show Me tutorials for every problem that we work. Anything that I would teach in class, I have a Show Me tutorial for it, and I'll show you where to find those in just a little bit. So please use these links to help you. You'll see when we go over the course syllabus that it is a proctored exam. What a proctored exam means is that you need to be in an environment where someone can proctor you taking that test. On campus, we have the Nichols Testing Center. I'm sure if you're a Nichols Online student, you've used ProctorU many times before. So this is just some more information on proctored exams. If you look under what to expect during a proctored exam, requirements and resources, it'll show you what I allow you to use. I do allow open book, I do allow open PowerPoint, so this is a good place to go prior to the exam to make sure you know what is allowed during that exam, both either the Testing Center or ProctorU. Data analysis is a feature of Excel. We don't use it quite so much in 282, but we do talk about it some. It's definitely a tool that we're going to use in QBA 283, Advanced Statistics. But I do give it you access to it here and tell you about it here because it is something that you could use in this course. Your first assignment is already due on October 18th, Wednesday. You do not need any course materials for this assignment. This assignment is just an introduce yourself. And if you click here, it'll tell you the different parts that I would like you to do. There's some questions I'd like you to answer, uploading a picture of yourself, and you're going to email all that to me by midnight on October 18th. Again, you do not need any course materials for this. Going back real quick to My Stat Lab, if today you do not have the information to buy or the money to buy the access code for My Stat Lab, that is not a problem. My Stat Lab allows a 14-day free access period or free trial period. So once it's time to get started with our other assignments, you can go set up your account and you'll have 14 days of access before you have to purchase that access code. All right, once we get through all the basic information, you'll see that I have it broken down by sections. We'll start with the introductory chapters. Those are chapters 1 and 2. I have PowerPoints for each chapter. You also notice where it has course files or class files. If there's any files that the book refers to or that I use in the PowerPoint, I have those for you right here. So you don't have to go download them from the My Stat Lab site. They are right here for you to use. If I'm missing any and you need them, just let me know and I'll be happy to put those here for you. Once we get our introduction, then we'll start, like I said, with the more math-based problems. We'll have chapters 3 and 4. We have the PowerPoints, which I'll open up in just a second. And then we have those Show Me tutorial links. So for chapter 3, if you click on this spreadsheet, what it's going to do, if I can get this open real quick, is it's going to give you a link for each of the problems that I've worked. So for instance, let's kind of move that away. Your turn, number 1, part 1. If you click on this link or put this link in your web browser, it brings you to the Show Me program and it's me working this problem. Your turn, number 1, part 2. Again, me working the problem for you. So all of these problems are problems I would have worked in class. All of these problems are problems I suggest that you work to practice to do the homework assignments and to be able to do the exams. And here is me working and speaking through and talking through those problems for you. If you come back to PowerPoints, I'm just going to go ahead and open one for you. So again, on the PowerPoints, I may not cover everything in the chapter, so I strongly recommend that you use the PowerPoints to see what material we are covering from that chapter. When you open up the PowerPoint, when you come, it's usually the third slide. The first slide, cover slide. Second slide tells you what we're going to be doing in this chapter, so it kind of gives you an overview for the chapter. The third slide shows you what parts of the chapter we're going to be working on. So you see in chapter 3, we're only working on parts 1, 2, and 3. We're not touching the last 3 parts of that chapter. As you go through the PowerPoints, I explain the information. We may work some problems together through the PowerPoints. At the very end, the very last few slides are my recommended practice problems. In these are where I recommend you go and try working these problems. They're not homework, but they get you prepared for the homework and they get you prepared for the exam. Here are those your turns that I talked about. Here's some additional problems that I talked about. I typically assign the even number problems because those answers can be found in the appendix of the book. However, if I assign an odd number problem, I will show you the answer in the PowerPoint as well. That way you have a reference to if you worked it correctly or incorrectly. Okay. As we get back to the Moodle, you'll see that I have exam information here, reminding you of the dates and that it's proctored and how long you have to take that exam. And then from there, we just go through the rest of the course. So the next section is chapters 5 and 6. Again, you have your PowerPoints. You have any chapter files that you may need. Here's the tutorial links. This is me working problems. In this section, we also start working with tables. So here's the tables that you would use. And here's a tutorial on how to use those tables. So I also have that for you. Exam 2 information. And then finally the last section, again the PowerPoints. Here's me working through the tutorials. Here's the tables we're going to use. We have a new table involved. This is the student T in this section. And exam 3. The exams are on those section chapters only. They're not necessarily what I'm going to say cumulative, but the information that you learn in one chapter does proceed and carry on to the next chapter. So you do want to make sure that you're understanding the information in one chapter before you progress to the next. Alright you guys, that's a basic overview of the course. I look forward to working with you, and I will have another video on the specifics of the course syllabus. Please reach out if you need any help. I am here for you. Take care.